Hey, it's Michael Mena.
No, it's not. It's actually me. Hello everyone, my name is Mr. Coles87, but you can call me Sam, and today we are going to be looking at Michael Mana's Coconut Mall video. So, let's get straight into it.
Hey, it's Michael Mena, and today I'm going to be rebuilding famous Mario Kart course, Coconut Mall.
Hey Michael, good for you, rebuilding Coconut Mall.
But not only that, it's going to be a playable course in Minecraft. But we're going to get to all that later.
No, I want to hear it now, Michael. You hear me? Right now.
First, if you don't know, Coconut Mall is a Mario Kart track on the Wii. And now, I don't have a Wii, but recently the Coconut Mall track was added as DLC to the Switch.
Okay, this is all boring stuff, so I'm just going to skip to where he's actually building.
And now we're in game, and I'm going to go ahead and start building this thing. And although I could make a layout of the entire course, instead I'm just going to build the entire thing room by room.
Yeah, Michael, don't be the smart man and build a foundation. Just go ahead and start building the rooms. That's definitely how building works.
And so now the first thing we're going to have to do is get a sense of scale for the entire build. And I didn't know how big I was going to go with this thing, but I decided that this finish line was going to be my point of reference for the entire build. And as you can see, every square on this finish line was going to be equivalent to 1 block in game. And now I'm going to immediately start building the surroundings. And as you can see, this
is why Michael is such a good builder. See how fast he builds when he wants to?
thing is very big. So now,
Oh my goodness, Michael, don't drop down out of the screen. I could pull a knife on you quicker than you know.
So now, it seems like a better time than any to mention that this video took over 70 hours to complete.
70
so
hours?
if you could, please, consider subscribing.
Yes, that reminds me as well. If you are not subscribed to Michael, which I'm pretty sure we have mutual viewers all the way around, but if you are not, then listen to this wizard that just dropped out of the sky and gave me a heart attack, and go subscribe to him, or I'll pull a knife on you instead of him.
Anyways, I start in the main entrance to the mall. This has 2 escalators that will lead up to a very long hallway with many shops.
What kind of shops? Are they suspicious shops? Nobody ever knows.
And I build the escalator, and now I'm going to start work on the top here. A lot of the shops have blank slates right now.
Yes, Michael, a lot of the shops.
But trust
do
me when I
look very
say
bland.
that when we get to the detailing process, we'll make sure that each shop here looks as close to the original as possible.
So, if they're close to the original, is he gonna make the jumping toad and waving shy guy like is in the game? Because if not, I'm gonna be very disappointed, and then I'm gonna go give his video a bad review.
But this room is actually very important for the rest of the course, because it actually links up with the courtyard outside and the next area after that, which are 2 other important parts of the course. So getting the scaling right here.
Didn't you see that Lakitu, Michael? He was telling you that you were very bad with going that way and that you should turn around.
Is really important, otherwise things might not link up correctly. And
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. There are two Michaels on the screen. One is building and one is talking. So, you see, when you get to become a master wizard, such as Michael, you can build and talk while being in 2 separate beings at the same time. That is the power of the wizard.
I'm going to go ahead and build the escalator going up to the next room here. But before I work on the next room, we're going to go ahead and work on the courtyard over here, for the reason I stated before. After I build this courtyard, I'll be able to easily link up these 3 major parts, here and here. And now after we're done with the courtyard, we're going to go ahead and work on this food court right here.
Food. Very good. Keep going. You're going in the right direction.
And then after this part, it will lead us to the final stretch of the course. And for this part of the course, there is actually a split in the road right here. You can either keep going down this hallway here, or go up the ramp. But at this point, I realized something.
What have you realized, Michael? Is it something bad?
I noticed that this part of the course didn't properly line up with the road that was going to be outside. In short, meaning that if I wanted it to line up, I would have to stretch this hallway down very far. And just make sure I built a large majority of the building outside. And, well, I was right. It did not properly line up. So I decided to do what I can to help the problem, but I would not be able to entirely fix it unless I restarted the entire course, which I obviously did not have the time to do.
That is a very bad thing, Michael. See, this is why you lay foundations. You always lay foundations. Find out if things are going to line up. See, Michael, you need to learn how to build. Even though your wizardry has made you go into two beings and building and talking at the same time, it distracts you.
So I did some adjustments, and now it is not as nearly as big of an issue as it was before. And so I decided to go ahead and build the parking lot outside, since I already had built a large majority of the building before. And then I decided to go ahead and build the final parts of the inside of the mall.
See, this man is only 3 minutes and 39 seconds into this video, and he is already finishing up the inside. He's only been building for 3 minutes and 39 seconds, and he is already done, almost.
Being this long hallway which will lead to this circular room, and this ramp which will lead up to a gliding area. And now the entire track is laid out. So if I really wanted to, I could go ahead and make the course playable right now.
Yes, make the course playable right now.
But we're not done yet.
I am leaving a bad review.
And actually far from it. We still have a lot of detailing to do.
Yes,
one of the things we're
detailing.
going to do is actually do some color correction, which you can see right here. And that's a lot better. Now the colors aren't as dull. And now for the detailing, the first thing we have to do is do these skylights, which will appear in multiple different areas in the course. As you can see, there's one in this large hallway right here, this big open room,
cool.
and the ramp at the end. Then I decided to do a lot of cleaning up, since many parts of the build were kind of messy and hard to work with.
Yes, the roof is looking very bland. Please tell me you're going to fix that.
But now I decided to go ahead and put my attention to the work on the outside of the mall. First, I made this brick pattern for the main building. This brick pattern is in multiple different places in the mall, so I reused this many times. Then I work on other things outside. I work on detailing the road, beach, and multiple other details along the sidewalk. And then you can see these buildings in the background on the side of the course, so it isn't just an endless void beyond it. So I'm making the same buildings here on the side. And then you can also see these buildings in the far background. These are very tall buildings and they add immersion to the overall area.
Hold up. The buildings are just like rising up out of the ground, and then he made an overcorrection with his magic, and it just like sprouted up through the mall. That's what it looks like.
And now next, despite my inexperience in making cars, I decided to make some cars for the parking lot here.
Wait a minute, what did I just hear? You're telling me that you're a wizard and you cannot make a car? I'm leaving a bad review.
And for the final thing outside, I decided to go ahead and make the classic Coconut Mall sign in the front of the building.
Wait a minute. Look directly in front of you. This, directly above the entrance. Does anybody else see a hamburger? Just me? Okay.
And although I didn't want to use custom textures for this build, I decided, since the sign is such an important element of the build, that I would retexture a few blocks so I can get the right color for everything.
You retextured? That. I'm leaving a bad review.
So I retextured Endstone and Purpur to make the classic sign on the front. And now it's time to start detailing the inside of the mall. First, with this main entrance hall. I just decided to add a few details on the side of the walls here. And then up the escalator. And now we can start to begin work on the shops up here. Now,
Michael, seriously, stop popping in on me like that. I'm gonna take a knife and stab you one of these days out on accident. Don't do that. And stop shaking your fist at me.
Now, some of the shops are very detailed inside, some even with interiors, but many of them aren't. Some of them are just kind of basic. So I decided to go ahead and try to replicate the same thing here.
Where's the dancing shy guy and Toad? Where are they? They better be here.
First with a bookstore and another shop on the right, and then also these 3 shops on the left here, even a restaurant and toy store. And then we can't forget about this shop over here on the right, which is actually for a skip on the course. Then I said,
he didn't make the shy guy and Toad.
I'm leaving a bad review.
to go ahead and make the rest of the shops for this long hallway. Many of them look pretty similar, except for their signs, which I tried to have resemble the ones in the course. Then I decided to add some final details for this room and the bottom floor.
See, 6 minutes in, this man is already making final details. This is how you build things.
And now for this big open room, I made all the shops and details on the side, including this fountain in the center. And now for this ramp, there is many details on the side of the wall, which makes it look like a Mario level.
It looks, okay, I don't know if this is actually what he did, but it looks like the he just took his wizard powers or like used the force or something and just pulled some bricks out of the wall.
So I did the same thing here. And now to the courtyard, which has many things like outdoor shops, palm trees, and a center fountain. And now for this upstairs area, we gotta decorate it as a
Ooh,
food
cake.
court. So I made some countertops and even put some cake in glass casing.
Ah, this man knows what's good. He addressed the cake.
And then finally, I started work on this last circular room at the end here, which just has a few details, like this tree in the middle.
The poor tree is butting up against the roof. No, not the poor tree. It needs some room to expand.
And then other than a few minor adjustments and details, that's it on the building side of things. And I gotta say, I'm really happy how it turned out. And if you look at side by side, it looks pretty similar to the actual thing, which is exactly what it's meant for. And it also has a lot of cool details that are from the course as well. Like one of my favorite things is this vending machine right here.
Give me a soda.
I even added some custom blockheads to represent actual drinks in there.
Give me a soda.
And now, back onto what I said at the beginning of the video, which is that this course is going to be completely playable in Minecraft. And you might be wondering how we're actually going to do that.
Yes, I am wondering that, Michael. Tell me now, are you going to use your wizardry powers to, like, turn everybody into carts?
Well, I'm actually going to be using a Minecraft world called Sprint Racer.
Oh. Well, that's not as fun as the power of turning everybody into carts, but that works.
What this map does is it uses data packs to recreate many elements of Mario Kart, like booster pads, gliding, and even item boxes.
Alright, this is boring stuff, so I'm just going to skip forward.
And finally, after many hours of building and getting this thing to work, it's finally complete. So I thought there was no better way to end this than trying it out with a few people.
And yes, he tried it out with a few people on his video, but if you want to see that, you have to go see his. But yeah, now that was it for that video. All in all, I'd say that was a pretty good video. Nothing wrong with it. No, other than he didn't lay out the foundation first, and I'm leaving a bad review. But yeah, I mean, he did make the giant hamburger on the front and address the cake, so I'm happy. Anyways, that was it for this video. If you liked it, please make sure to subscribe and like, and make sure to go check out Michael's video, and I will see you in the next one.